Who shall give voice to what in thee is mute? Find one who shall give voice to what is silent, what is passive, what has not woken up in you yet. You have to go and find him. Find who shall walk to thy body's end. Find him for what? To confront heaven's question. 9853. To confront heaven's question. What is that question? Of life. That is the question heaven is putting to you. Heaven's question, life. You have to confront that question of heaven. You have strength within you. You have everything in you. That presence is there with you. You go and find that thing by which you will be able to confront the heaven's question, life. Life, why it is caught in the net of death. Can that be taken out? That is the question of heaven. How can that be taken out of death? It is that which you have to go and solve. And for that purpose, to answer that question of heaven, you have to ascend from nature to divinity's heights. You have to ascend from nature to divinity's heights. 98.54. Ascend from nature to divinity's height. Ascend from nature to divinity's heights. Face the high gods crowned with felicity. The high gods are full of felicity up there. You have to go and confront them also. Then meet a greater God, thyself beyond time. It is him you have to go. Now that is the kind of command the father is giving to the daughter. The immortal is looking into the eyes of the immortal, and the communication is ascend from nature to divinity's heights. Face the high gods. Yes, the gods are fixed. They are very bright, they are very brilliant, they are very powerful, but they are frozen in their capacities. You have to meet them, you have to go even beyond them. You have to challenge them also, the high gods, crowned with felicity. Then meet a greater God. It is that greater God who will use the true boon, the true gift. You have to go and meet. And this is exactly what happens in the 11th book, the book of everlasting day. When Savitri meets the Supreme Himself there she meets the greater God. Then meet a greater God, thyself beyond time. It is there, up there, is your true self. Now this is the kind of a command the father is issuing to his daughter. And that command comes like a mantra. It sings in the soul of Savitri. That mantra sings in the soul of Savitri. It seizes her soul immediately. It grips it immediately. That command of Ashwapati. Because when Ashwapati is telling that to his daughter, he is in fact putting all his yogic force in that word. The full yogic force is there. And it is that yogic force now which is entering into the soul of Savitri, and Savitri is seized by that command. It is that yogic force now within her which is going to operate, which is going to function, which is going to take her further in her life's journey. So that mantra has now already sunk in the soul of Savitri. That mantra can sink in you only when the mind falls silent, not in a noisy mind, not in the bazaar, in the mart of mind, but when it is silent, in the tranquil mind. Then only that mantra is seized. Savitri's mind is always silent. The fact that she is receiving that mantra and it is getting established in her soul, it means that the soul has heard it not mind. Mind is not there at all. Savitri, the young girl, her mind is already silent. A silent mind is there. And therefore this word directly goes into her soul and gets fixed there. The sound of the soul is then heard. The word repeats itself constantly. Even that mantra is there, it keeps on kind of repeating rhythmically. Yes, 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 yes. I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. It keeps on kind of hammering in you and carrying you forward. The word repeats itself. A rhythmic strain. Body self is seized. Even the physical body is seized by the power of that mantra. A wisdom is felt. A power acts. That is the power of mantra. A wisdom is felt. A power acts. Knowledge rushes like a sea, and God's face becomes visible. You start seeing God in front of you when the mantra sings. God's face becomes visible. And when you speak the transcendental speech, Paravani, the language of the Supreme Himself. It is that which you speak then. So that is the power of mantra which has already got now established in the soul of Savitri. Knowledge is rushing like a stream. God's face has become visible to her. Transcendental speech is heard in her inner ear. And with that, then the quest begins with that power of the mantra. Wide way to the world open before Savitri. Because Savitri, she has to find a link. She is not getting a proper mate. That link is not there with her and with the world. So the wide ways open to Savitri. She has to find the link between herself and the world. And she has to go now from place to place. She has to travel again for a full year. Year, the body of the Supreme. She has to go again to the whole year to find her mate. The quest begins. It is a fateful quest. And it goes on. And Savitri is on her journey. What does she see at once? She feels that, well, she has been traveling over and over again. This is not the new journey she is making. She is kind of recollecting, remembering the past journey she had made earlier, in the earlier process. All was a part of old forgotten selves. 99.6. All was a part of old forgotten self. She recalls the bygone events and places. Yes, I had been to this place. Yes, this is what happened earlier also. Nothing seems to be new to her. Some kind of a memory awakens in her, tracing a journey again, often met. Tracing a journey again, often met, often met. That's an important thing, you see. She has been moving in. In fact, what are instruments of a mechanical force? We have been doing as slaves of nature. Under the force of nature, things happen. Those instruments, now, they have opened up in such a way that they serve the purpose of the Supreme. Her memory, her recollections, all that thing now have opened out so that they serve the purpose of the Supreme for which now Savitri is in her quest. Upon a silent height, she was aware of a calm presence. 14, 99.14. 14. Upon a silent height, she was aware. She is aware only of whom? Of the divine presence, the calm presence. Yes, she is here, human Savitri, but she is aware that there is somebody from above who is overseeing all her movements. Want something? Yeah. You want the lights on? Can you put the lights on? Yeah. Upon the silent eye, she was aware of a calm presence. That is the most important thing. While Savitri is on her quest, she is constantly aware of somebody supervising from above, constantly. And then it is somebody, a way prepared by an unerring guide. Last line of the same sentence, 99.14. Savitri is aware of the presence from above, and she is also aware that the way she is going in different directions to different places, there is the unerring guide. He is going to lead her this way, that way, that way, that way. Things are going to happen. The presence, the guide. And then, in the next sentence, driven from within, she followed her long road. Her quest is, therefore, having these three elements. Her quest is having these three elements. The presence supervising from above, the guide taking her along different roads, and she being driven constantly from within. That is the crux of Savitri's quest. You have to have all the three things simultaneously: the presence, the guide, and being driven from within. And while she is moving, then obviously it is the inner ear that listens to solitude. Savitri is going from place to place, to countryside, to capital cities and all that. She is coming now to the places of spiritual practices, the land of tapasya. And you have to have an inner ear which can listen to the solitude, sharp enough, sensitive enough. The inner ear that listens to solitude. And then, as she is going from place to place, she sees different types of people engaged in spiritual practices. The king sages, the anchorites, the ascetics, the seers, the rishis, the munis, all kind of spiritual seekers and spiritual aspirants of different siddhis. She sees them while she is going from place to place. Therefore, her inner ear is what can listen to what is happening all around here. A voice profound, the ecstasy of the hush, that is what she sees. That there is the silence, of the spiritual silence is there, and in that 99.34, there is the spiritual silence, and in the silence, a voice is heard, a profound voice. And attuned, some of them are attuned to silence and to the word rhyme. Some of them are waiting for the behest of the infinite. Yes, we have done our work here. We are now ready to go and live in the infinite. Some of them see God's delight in everything in this creation. All these objects, nature, mountains, rivers, streams, trees, forests, birds, animals, creatures, men. Everyone, in everybody, some of them see nothing but the delight of God. Ananda, Ananda, Ananda. That is what they experience everywhere. There are spiritual people like that. And then in some cases, for some, the intuition rushes with its knowledge. Inspiration comes with its power. Revelation comes with all stupendous light. That is what they receive. They hear the sounds which we cannot hear at all. So the intuitions rush, the revelations come with light, inspiration pours into them like a stream constantly. And what do you say then? Occult lines forever closed, lines which have remained closed, they open out to new possibilities. Occult line, yes, I can go here and stop there. I can go here and stop there. I can go here and stop there. No, now with this new knowledge, these lines also can open out towards another kind of a fulfillment for each of them. Occult lines forever closed. Chains of birth, they are all cast away. And what is one is the kinship with the eternal calm. The kinship with the eternal calm. That is what is one there. And such is the faithful quest of Savitri. Faithful quest of Savitri for what? For meeting a predestined face. A face which has been already destined, to whom she is meant to meet. It is towards that the quest is moving. 100.10 10. Still unaccomplished was the fateful quest. Still she found not the one predestined face, for which she sought amid the sons of men. That is important. She has to seek in the world here. She has to seek here. So she is moving from place to place. She has not yet come to that place. But then soon she will enter into a place in the next canto, next book, the destined meeting place. She's going to enter now into the destined meeting place. But now the destined spot and hour were closed. After long journey of 1 year, she is going to arrive at the destined meeting place. Destined in both ways, in time and in location. Destined spot and hour were closed. She is about to meet the one whom she has been seeking all this long.